This video is about the concept of truth. So, for a while, I was kind of trying to discern, like, what is the truth when it comes to a lot of my relationships. And I realized that there are so many aspects of what we think of as being the truth. So a lot of times, we think there's one truth and we're kind of trying to figure out what it is. And it kind of comes into play if you're having a disagreement with someone, or even if you're just having a problem with someone, or maybe you are confused as to why a certain relationship is going a certain way, or there's misunderstandings. And I realized that there's no one truth. So it's not this is the truth. It's not black and white. And I think a lot of times we think that it is. I'm right, you're wrong. And I don't think it's necessarily that way. I realize that there can be two truths, even two opposing truths. And they're both legit, they're both valid. It kind of relates to that concept of if there's an event or an incident, and there are several people that see the event or the incident occur, and you ask the people what exactly happened, everyone gives a slightly different observation of what actually happened. So yeah, it's just really interesting because it helped me to kind of think about this. It helped me feel more peaceful about relationships in general. It helps if you're not thinking that person's wrong and I'm right, because it still gives you a feeling of frustration, or a feeling of I don't know, sometimes that life isn't fair, or it feels unjust. So it just helps if you think of it that person's experience, or what's true for them, is sort of an equal truth to what's true for me. If that makes sense. It's because it's hard to sometimes understand where someone else is coming from. It's hard to see through their eyes, walk in their shoes, that kind of thing. So if you can think of it oh, truth is basically subjective. It's not concrete, or set in stone, really. I mean, it can change, and it can have different aspects to it. And this also kind of relates to even really difficult relationships. I know that over the past few years, there's been a lot of videos and articles and things like that on like the narcissist type of person, and a lot of information is out there about like narcissists, and especially like narcissists and empaths and that like dynamic. And I kind of like did my research and spent a lot of years kind of trying to navigate some relationships that were kind of like that. And yeah, it wasn't really until I realized, like, I mean, basically, like, everybody's perspective is valid. So you could say, like, in a certain relationship, like, whatever it is true for me. But whatever, that could be totally different for the other person. So also, just like a simple example of this is, like, let's say someone does something for you and, they're kind of, in their mind, maybe they're doing something that they think will make you happy. And then let's say, like, in reality, it doesn't make you happy. And so, like, it could just be a simple misunderstanding, but, like, you could think, wow, that person, like, doesn't even know me. They don't know what I like. Or, you could think all these things about them or read it the wrong way. And then, like, on their end of it, like, they're just trying to be thoughtful. And, so it's really like there's two truths. Like, on the one end, like, the person's just trying to do something nice. And then on the other end, the person's feeling like, that's not what I wanted. So it's just like, there's usually, I just feel like whenever there's a relationship with like two or more people, there's that number of like truths. So it's just, I guess it's like hard to really like take anything too seriously or too personally, because like everyone's operating like through their own truth, like through their own filters and perceptions and beliefs.